Attaboy.
Solar's down.
Timac throws. One on the left
Solar's
wall.
going down middle.
Alright, middle's down. Let me know
Scorch
if you guys
mid.
need help on both sides.
Solar middle's down.
Timac, next bomb's ready.
Just keep picking those up in middle.
Yeah, just keep
throw
throwing them because they'll disappear.
targets.
Solar's going down left.
Man.
Solar is down left. Yeah, that one's good. Everything on the left.
All right.
It's over.
We got it. Good job, guys.
Good job.
Here comes the fun part.
So
Go down the middle,
here.
get your gear. Probably gonna be a ghost and like an artifact or something.
You're after. Nice.
Alright.
Heavy. This is why the fucking heavy was.
Access part 2. The final part of the raid. Alright, so we're gonna do a similar kind of thing here, where we have ads and then captains and then servitors. We'll do that. So it's just one set, right? We throw 3 balls.
Yeah, it's 3.
Here before, just the 3 before we start jumping out, right?
Yeah, this one's 3.
Alright. So we'll do the same kind of thing where why else have I done this? So while we're shooting in the beginning, we'll be shooting some ads. Why am I confused here? He jumps right and left first, right?
Yeah, it'll be shanks. Then we kill the captains, and we get our cannons just like previously. We'll shoot, and this time you throw the balls at Axis. And then he'll either appear front mid, back mid, right, or left. You have to jump on his back and slam his back. And then we do a little damage. Oh, the empowerment phase. So
yeah, you skipped it.
That's right. So
that's all after the captains, right?
Yeah. I think we're going a little fast for the guys who've never done it.
No, so you start off and you kill Shanks and you hide from him because he'll shoot these Sevamites at you. And then he'll go right or left, and then he'll go the other side. He'll go back middle, and 3 people will become empowered. They may be 1 on each side, they may be 2 in one direction. If there's 2 in one area, the cannon guy will rotate, so the bomb throwers, don't worry about that.
Okay. Okay.
And then we go and kill the captains and the servitors. The bomb throwers throw the bomb at Axis in the middle, and then the 3rd bomb will damage him where he'll start to rotate, and then the empowered guys have to slam his back.
Okay, right. Okay. Thank you.
That's right.
For the refresher.
No problem.
Okay. I just want to explain some stuff on the left side of the T-Mac real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yep.
So when this first starts, you're going to stand at the bottom of these steps, out of his line of sight. Whenever he switches left or right, you'll just run to the top of the steps, and you'll stand here and shoot ads. Much moving as you're going to do.
Same with you, Junior. We'll stay right back here.
Now this empowerment he's talking about, it's a blue glow around your screen.
Okay.
So you're talking about
if you get empowered, you'll stay on this side. And then when we tell you get ready, you're going to go stand right over here.
And Junior, follow me.
I'll walk through the instructions a little bit slower.
So you'll stand here because Axis will appear over here on the left or on the right.
On the left,
I'll stand like right
there.
here.
Yeah, just stand right, hug that wall.
No, right where Piccolo is.
So the reason why we're giving you guys cover locations right now is because
and he also goes there.
So he will be here. I slam here, right?
Well, hold on, I'll tell you. Right, so he can teleport right there. He can teleport right there. On this side, this is your only concern from here when you're empowered. If he teleports right there, you'll slam him. If he teleports down there, you'll slam him.
Okay.
So I'll walk through the counter again a little bit slower. So we're giving you guys good places for cover right now because Axis, unlike the last encounter where he kind of just hung out in the middle, we'll have Shanks as well as Axis will be throwing bombs at you. Kind of mortars the whole arena. And his mortars, he'll mortar at you if he can see you, right? So if you're in cover, he won't mortar at you. When he drops a mortar, it's a cloud of red dust mites, and they kill you super fast. So if your screen goes red, get out of the cloud. It saw you and dropped a mortar on you. All right, so we'll start out by shooting Shanks, shooting Axis. You'll hear us call that he teleports right or he teleports left. When he does that, you'll want to adjust where you're standing so he can't see you. So he'll teleport both directions, right and left. Then he'll go back to middle. You'll see the screen on the bottom left of your screen. The message will say Axis and empowers Guardian. And 3 people randomly will become empowered. It'll say at the bottom left of your screen that you're empowered, and you'll see that you're glowing kind of blue. You have like a blue force field on. So it's important during this encounter that we're very clean about our talking, right? So if you don't, at that point, if you're not empowered, don't say anything. Listen you'll hear people call out where they are empowered. You'll hear empowered left, empowered mid, empowered right. Actually, let me be more precise. Say empowered back, empowered left, empowered right. Okay? Those are your 3 choices for empowered, depending on where you're standing. So it can happen that you have 2 people empowered in the same place. Okay? So if you hear empowered back, empowered left, that means both guys in mid were empowered. And you need 1 person on each side. So the guy with the cannon is going to travel. And so if we both get empowered back, GT will say, okay, GT is empowered right. Because I'll switch, right? So that we have 1 on each spot. So that's the trickiest part of this encounter is that the empowers get mixed up, and you have to have 1 person in each spot. The empowered guy, so we'll call empowered to make sure we have back, left, and right. Then we'll do captains and servitors, just like we did in that last encounter. They'll drop a ball. And then ball throwers, pick up your ball, throw at Axis, just like you did before, right? Whether or not you're empowered. Instead of throwing at a diamond target, you're going to throw at Axis himself, the big spider boss in the middle.
Alright.
That all makes sense up to that point?
Alright.
Okay.
So what do you do once you're in?
So the additional part when you're empowered, there's 4 targets in the arena. So BT is standing on 1 pad back here. This is the back pad. We'll call that back. Some teams call it mid back. We're just gonna call it back. Gizmo Ace is standing at the right pad. All right. On the left side, there's a similarly mirrored pad. And then GT standing at front pad right here. Okay. So once you're empowered, you're gonna stand at a spot where you can get to Axis if he teleports to 1 of those pads. So where GT is standing on this little notch here, not on the bottom floor, but at the higher notch here. This is where I like to stand when I'm empowered back. Because this way I can get to Axis if he's on the back pad. It also gives me a shot at front, right? So the challenge in the first phase is there's 4 possible places Axis can teleport to, but only 3 people who are empowered. So we'll cover left, right, and back. If he goes front, everybody will go for him. And so when you go for him, you're going to sprint to Axis, and you're going to double jump over his back, hold X as you cross over the shiny part of his back, and you'll slam on top of him. Right, so his back will open up like Golgoroth opens up. And he's too high for a single jump. For Warlocks and Titans, you'll have to cut your jump as you fly over, otherwise you'll be too floaty and you won't get there in time. Right, so I like to double jump, and then tap your ADS or tap your jump button or whatever you use to kill your jump as you go over his back, and while you're holding your X button, and that'll make you slam on Axis's back. As soon as you slam, you need to jump off. If you don't jump off of him, he'll throw you into the abyss. And we will do that 3 times.
Yeah. And then the third time's DPS phase.
And the third time after the Empowered guy slams him, we will all DPS Axis. And you can shoot him in the face. If you have a Dark Drinker sword, that does the most damage with the right trigger attack if you run right up to his legs. Weapons of Light Bubble can drop right at Axis's feet. Hunters can tether it at his feet. And after we DPS him, you'll hear me call columns. So we'll run back here. You'll see behind the arena, there's 4 columns. So after each Axis DPS phase, we need to get to a column. Gizmo, yeah, so Ace is on the column we're going to go to first, right? So this is, or looking at the columns, this is the left column. That's the column we'll go to first. It's important that you go to the column that we call, because as soon as you touch a column, it's no longer usable. It'll disappear afterwards. And we want to use all 4 columns if we can. So we'll go one at a time. Starting from the left, we'll go to this column first. Then we'll DPS Access again. Then we'll go to the second column, DPS Access. Go to the third column. Oh, no, I'm not going to make it. Go to the third column, etc. Right? So after the first teleport, right, where there's 4 different places he can go to, the next 2 teleports, there's only 3 places he can go. Right, so if he's already on the back teleport, we know he's not going to go back. He can only go left, right, or front. So when you see the empowerment shift, after the slam, you'll see the message empowerment shifts, and we'll get 3 new empowered. Pull those out where you're standing, or where your assignments are, right? So if you were left empowered before, or if you're right empowered before, or if you're right before, if you're mid, call out your empowerments. But we will reassign to make sure that we're not covering where he already is, right? So if Axis is on the back plate, we hear empowered left, empowered right, empowered back. The person who just called empowered back knows he's double covered, because Axis is back, he's not going to go there. So empowered back will switch to empowered front. So then you'll see, so you'll hear empowered back, empowered left, empowered right. All right, GT is switching to empowered front. Right? That makes sense? We'll run it. It'll make more sense as we play it. But you'll hear us say, hey, he's on left, we don't need empowered left, switch. Okay? Alright, so we'll go back to your assigned places, we'll start it and run it, we'll see how it goes. And if you have questions, you guys can ask. Alright. There we go.
I will say for the bomb throwers, just stay on your sides. Don't go roaming.
Yeah, we'll have the cannons move.
If you get empowered, just get to where you need to be. More important than trying to do damage.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Okay, he teleported right.
Right.
Feel like he's left.